Hey everybody, Ruth Squires here with eXp Realty and my team, RES Luxury Group. And I wanted to bring you the current market stats as usual. It's March 1st, 2026. So we're going to be reporting and looking at the numbers for February. Both our local real estate economy as well as just visiting what's happening nationally. At the end of this video, I will give you some deeper insights as to what we have for affordability, which will be quite interesting, I think, because we'll break down certain lifestyle houses, pool homes, waterfront homes, acreage homes, and let you know what's really out there from an affordability structure within our local county. So stay tuned to the end. But first, let's talk about the current market environment. So nationally, we're looking at some very, very positive figures, a convergence between affordability, rates being lower, wages increasing, and house price stability. And those three things are strengthening the real estate market and the activity that we're seeing on a national level. So wages are increasing, and they're increasing more. The wages going up is outpacing the values of homes going up. So we had, after the pandemic, from 2020 to about 2023, we were seeing this craziness with real estate values and low inventory and just some really, of course, very low interest rates that was creating this very hard to navigate on the buy side real estate market. And since then, interest rates spiked, and then we had more and more homes coming on the market. So things were happening that were making real estate much slower and much more stagnant is the term I like to use. But we are now seeing some very, very positive things that are happening economically and on the horizon to continue to spur real estate along. So if you're in the market, there's positives on both sides of the fence. Obviously, mortgage rates being below 6% this past week was a very exciting development, and that that level apparently dropping below the sixes really creates enthusiasm for buyers. So we saw personally on my team a increase in activity and more buyers coming to the market. So that's a very, very positive thing. When we look at the local stats, I can tell you that overall we have lower inventory. Inventory dropped by about 36 less homes on the market in February than what we had in January. So inventory is starting to come down gradually. And then the sold homes, the actual contracts went up, and the contracts went up by 65 new contracts above and beyond what we had in January. So that's very positive. So inventory is retracting a little bit, but the actual sales are expanding more than the retraction in inventory. So that just makes an even more robust result from that number. We are under 5 months of inventory overall for the county as of the end of February. Our median price $272,990 and median selling price $265,000. We're at 97% list to sales ratio and 87 days on the market. So still hovering around that 3-month mark on the market. And a lot of the price brackets did have increasing days on market as well. But the interesting one still is, you heard me say this last month as well, but the higher price points, so the 900,000 and up, are continuing to retract as far as days on market and also having stronger sales. The 900 to $1 million mark has 10 active listings and 8 sold in the last 6 months. So that dynamic is pretty strong there with the volume of sales compared to the number of listings. So if you're in that higher price point, whether you're looking or you're selling, there's some very positive things to be taken from that information. 5 expired listings in that price bracket. So, some things are happening. The one thing that I would caution you is, and we talked about this as well last month, the closed price to original list price, again, looking at that 900 to $1 million, is 82%. That's very low. That represents how much negotiation is having to happen as we get into the higher end market. 90% for the million plus. But overall, for the county, closed price to original list price is 93%. So only about 7% negotiations between what the house is listed at, if it's listed for a true market value, and what the house ultimately closes the sale at. Keep in mind, if you're selling, offers are probably coming in well below that number, but sellers have been successful negotiating to around that 97%. So pretty strong overall. So let's talk about our local economy. So first, when we look at affordability, affordability is defined as your housing costs not exceeding 30% of your annual income. So I wanted to apply that to Citrus County and say, okay, so of our 155,000, give or take, residents in the county, what's the median income? So the median income right in the middle of the pack is about $56,000 a year. That was as of the 2024 census. When we look at that number, then if you break that down, 30% of that income would be the equivalent of about $16,800 a year that can be applied to the housing cost. Now, this is principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. We're looking at the overall picture of housing costs. So that's going to allow that potential resident to purchase a home or to pay $1,400 a month towards their home. What does that mean from a mortgage standpoint? Well, that's a mortgage of $250,000. So my curiosity was, okay, what's affordable that's $250,000 or less? How many homes do we have for that buyer to choose from when we look at affordability? And I broke them down into some different interest groups or specific property types. First one would be pool homes, homes with in-ground pools. This is single family residence. Some of these could be mobile homes, site-built homes. It's just single family. There's 12 on the market currently that are at $250,000 or less. Acreage. So if you're looking to have a mini farm of any sort, or you just want space and you want the acreage for privacy, there's 46 single family homes to choose from right now that are $250,000 or less, that are on between 1 to 6 acres. So there's actually some pretty decent sizes, parcel sizes in that group, that if you are looking to have some livestock, horses, whatever it may be, you have the ability to purchase a house that sits on enough land to do that. What about waterfront? Do you like going out on the water? Do you have a boat that you even pay to store somewhere, that if you had a waterfront home, you could offset that cost and maybe have even more purchasing power? Well, there's 31 waterfront homes right now actively available in Citrus County, Florida for $250,000 or less. New construction. We all know there's a ton of building happening. So when it comes to affordability, how many new build homes do we have out there that are in that price point? $250,000 and under, there's 40 active new construction homes on the market. Now, I will tell you there's probably a lot more than that because builders have inventory that they're not always actively listing, but we can identify that additional inventory for you as well. So if you are looking, there are options with new construction that come with the warranties and the protections and the different things that give you peace of mind when you're buying a brand new home. So how about size? What if you need over 4 bedrooms? You need 4 or more bedrooms, right? Well, at $250,000 or less, there are 19 homes on the market with 4+ bedrooms. So there you have it. There's quite a bit of affordability right here in Citrus County, Florida. We're on the nature coast. This is paradise. The weather's beautiful. Yes, we've had a few cold days, but in the grand scheme of things, we're not getting 18 to 20 inches of snow. That is not going to happen. And the sun is shining, and we're enjoying shedding our jackets and our long sleeve shirts in the middle of the day because it's just so beautiful, and we have so much to enjoy here as far as nature. So love to have you check out more of what we have. If you're trying to sell, understand we are all about promoting this lifestyle here in Citrus County and telling the story of why someone wants to live here. We all have a story why we came here, and this is a very special place, and I continue to just encourage everyone to be very positive, continue to be enthusiastic about where we live and the exciting things that we have on the horizon, and call us if we can be of any assistance with you in your home search or your home sale. We're RES Luxury Group, and we bring you white glove service and red carpet treatment because your satisfaction is our guarantee. We want to serve you, so call us with any of your real estate needs, 352-794-1426. Have a great day.